Hey guys, it's John Farrell with the Farrell Law Firm, and today we're going to talk about when the reading of the will happens. But before we get started, make sure that you subscribe to the channel so you'll get all the new content that's coming out, and hit that like button. It always helps. All right, so again, my name is John Farrell with the Farrell Law Firm. Tell you a little bit about myself. I'm an estate planning attorney located here in Marietta, Georgia. I am also author of Estate Planning for the Modern Family. I'm currently working on the second edition of that book. Additionally, I've been voted one of the top 3 lawyers here in Cobb County, along with the firm being voted one of the top 3 law firms here in Cobb County. And today, we're going to talk about when the reading of the will typically happens. From time to time, I'll have clients ask, after they've lost a loved one, when are we going to have the reading of the will? It's a bit of a ceremony, the reading of the will. Sometimes even prospective clients will call and they will use the reading of the will to show that perhaps a family member who's handling the estate hasn't done everything correctly. They'll say something to this effect. My family member who's the executor of the estate or the administrator of the estate, they are not doing the things that they are supposed to be doing. They didn't even have the reading of the will. Well, the reading of the will, it's very interesting. It's something that we all have images in our mind of a lawyer sitting at his desk with a shelf full of law books behind him, a gathering of various family members in front of them, and ultimately one of them will storm off when they learn that they've been disinherited from the will, or perhaps they get upset because they learn that a substantial amount of the inheritance has been left to a particular charity, and they're left to divide up just a little that's been left to them. Well, that makes for very interesting television and great movie drama, but in reality, the reading of the will never happens. I'm not aware of any state in the union where that is common practice. I'm not aware of any state in the union that actually requires the reading of the will as part of some type of ceremony for the probate process. Instead, what you'll find is that most jurisdictions will require that the will become public, part of the public record when it gets filed down at the courthouse. Other jurisdictions, they'll require that notice be given to the family that the will is being filed. They'll also perhaps require that heirs receive a copy of the will. But in all my years, it hasn't been practice here at the firm to have a formal ceremony called the reading of the will. And I'm not aware of any jurisdiction where it's actually part of the common practice. But if it is common practice somewhere to have the reading of the will, most likely it is not required of the state, because I'm not aware of any state that actually requires the reading of the will with the lawyer sitting there actually reading the will out to the family after they've lost a loved one. It is something that you see in television and movies, though. As a matter of fact, one of my favorite, and I suggest you go out and check it, it's a movie called Knives Out by a director called Rian Johnson. Really great director. He's actually had a follow-up to that movie called Glass Onion. But in that movie, Knives Out, they have the reading of the will. And that's what you're typically going to find with family members. Everyone gets upset upon learning that they've left it somewhere that they didn't expect it to be left. But anyway, that's about the only place where you're going to find the reading of the will. So in reality, the answer to the question when the reading of the will happens, it never happens. That's something you only see in television and movies. All right. Again, my name is John Farrell. This is the Farrell Law Firm. If you have any questions or if there's anything we can help you with, the description below contains a link to our website and a place where you can get a free consultation. All right.